How broad is the definition of hate speech to companies like Facebook, Twitter, Google, Microsoft, or the Anti-Defamation League? Broad enough to make the average person worry that their non-controversial opinion will make them a target. These days, more and more people have been silenced with the threat of being labeled racist, misogynist, or anything phobic. I do not support collective punishment, and this is what I perceive as what is happening. We are all supposed to have a limited voice now because of something one anonymous person said online. What is freedom if your freedoms are limited because of the action of another? Shouldn't the right to express yourself be a right, a consistent principle, rather than a privilege that can be taken away at any time? The definition of hate speech is as wide of an umbrella as intersectionality. The average opinion will be considered hateful, and people will remain quiet not out of fear, but out of supposed politeness. I mean, what's more polite than worrying constantly about how other people might feel if you say something? So, reading directly from this article on CNET, some of the biggest names in tech are partnering with the Anti-Defamation League to thwart online harassment. Facebook, Twitter, Google, and Microsoft, among others, are joining with the ADL to form a Cyberhate Problem-Solving Lab, the companies and the civil rights group said on Tuesday. They'll exchange ideas and develop strategies to try to curb hate speech and abuse on the company's various platforms and across the internet. These companies have an added responsibility to do everything within their power to stop hate from flourishing on their watch, according to Anti-Defamation League CEO Johnathan Good. We look forward to tackling this pressing challenge together. We are going to have to become more active and more resistant to this attempt at turning every social media platform into a hug box. We need to have the option to talk to one another without being labeled a bigot or just flat out hateful. And I love how the CEO, in his quote, he says, "These companies have an added responsibility to do everything within their power to stop hate from flourishing on their watch." Like you can stop how some people feel. I mean, stopping violence and direct threats might be one thing, but stopping hate, preventing people from feeling one way, that sounds a bit authoritarian, wouldn't you agree? I do not trust the judgment of any of those companies listed to be able to differentiate what is a valid threat and what is simple criticism. And that goes especially for the Anti-Defamation League, as they labeled Pepe the Frog as a hate symbol. I mean, to me, that was them flushing the last bit of credibility they had right down the toilet.